Hey everyone, welcome to my little demo. So, just recently I finished week one of the Headstarter Accelerator, where I had the privilege to work on a project called Customer Churn Prediction. So, the idea of this project is that, like, banks have customers, obviously, and some of these customers are likely to leave the bank. And when a customer leaves the bank actually loses out on money and like services that they could have offered to this customer. And by losing their service, the bank loses money. So if we could somehow predict whether a customer is likely to leave the bank before they leave and offer them incentives or like reach out to them to make sure that they're happy with our services before that happens, then we could increase profits and minimize the amount of customers that churn or leave the bank. And the way that we did this is we used a Kaggle data set for customer churn prediction. Um, and the way that it worked is that we first loaded in the data frame for customers churning, and it had a bunch of different features such as surname, credit score, geography, gender, age, so on and so forth. And we did a little bit of data analysis and checked like how many customers churned, how many customers didn't churn, and a few other things like age, credit score versus age. And once we kind of understood the data set visually, we decided to go ahead and train a few machine learning models using this data set. So what we did is we split the data set into a training data set and a testing data set, and we used an 80-20 split. And of course, we randomized the data set before splitting. Um, and once we did that, we trained a few models. So the first model we tried is a logistic regression model, and we weren't extremely happy with the results, especially with the recall, because that's an important metric. So we trained a bunch of different models such as XGBoost, decision tree models, random forest models, naive Bayes models, so on and so forth. And we got a few recalls from that. And using those recalls, we can analyze like how well did the model predict if a customer was likely to churn or not. And the recall will tell us that metric because recall will tell us how many customers did the model incorrectly predict as people who wouldn't churn but actually did churn. So the more we can maximize the recall, the better for the model. So we took a few models and we took the best models that we had that we trained, and we put them on a nice front-facing UI. And we used Streamlit, Grok, Replit, and a few other APIs so that we can make this front-end facing UI. So what it does is that you can pick any customer in the data set. So we have a list here, and you can pick any customer that you want, and it will output a churn probability, like how likely is it for that customer to leave. And after we get that percentage, here it's 11.5, we'll explain why is this the case? Why are they likely to churn or not likely to churn? And based on that, provide a personalized email for the customer that they can use, that a banking person can use to first thank that person for being part of the bank, and then two, offering them more services or learning more about their experiences so that they can better improve themselves. And it was really insightful. I got to use some really cool LLMs such as Llama 3.1 and 3.2. And I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I'm excited for the next stuff. Thank you.